Are you having a good time so far?
I'm having the best time so far. It's my first trip. It's my first time. It's actually my first time at Disney World.
Your first time at Disney World? Oh my gosh, that's really exciting. I get really excited about that.
But also my very first Star Wars weekends, and hopefully not my last. It's been amazing so far, and it's only on day one.
Wow. Well, you know, Tia, welcome to the Star Wars universe.
Thank you very much.
Have you always been a Star Wars fan, or is it new to you?
A little of both. I will say I'm like Star Wars' newest biggest fan, because when I was a kid, I watched the original trilogy when I was a little kid, and I knew it was a big deal, but I don't think I fully appreciated it for what it was worth. And then when I got this job, I wanted to know, I wanted to do as much homework as I could and watch as much Star Wars as I could. So I rewatched the original trilogy, and so now I totally know what all the fuss was about. And thanks to Netflix, I have been binge watching Clone Wars. So now I'm her newest fan. So yeah, now I'm like totally on board, and now I see what you guys are all such big fans of. It's great, yeah.
Well, we are very excited to have you. Now, for those out there that watch the Disney Channel, this is actually not the first time you're going to hear Tia, because we've actually heard you before on Phineas and Ferb.
That's true. That is true. That's me. Or, you know, I was her voice. That was actually my very first voiceover job I ever did. And I got it from another Disney show. I played Padma on The Sweet Life on Deck. If anyone ever watched that show?
Oh, yeah.
And I had an accent on that show, and so they were like, hey, do you want to voice a character for Phineas and Ferb? And I said, yes, I would. And it was so much fun. That was my first, my first taste of voiceover working was amazing, so that was that.
All right, so from Phineas and Ferb to working with Disney royalty, you got to work with Zac Efron and 17 again. How cool was that? Look at you.
Here I am.
Adorable.
Talking to Zac. You can't see him though, sadly, sorry. Yeah, well, I mean, who could complain about working with Zac? But I will say he truly is one of the nicest people I've ever met. He is such a sweet, sweet person. And not this picture, but the next picture I have a whole story about. So, this is another scene from the movie, and for those of you who haven't seen the movie, this is a scene right after this. All four of us girls, plus another couple girls, slap Zac in the face, and none of us girls had ever really slapped anyone in the face before, so we had a stunt coordinator on set to make sure we could stage slap, fake slap Zac, and make sure he was safe. And it wasn't reading on camera, because none of us could do it right. We were looking really just flailing, it was bad. So finally the stunt coordinator said, Zac, would it be okay? It's not looking good. Can we just have him slap you? And he was such a trooper, he agreed to get smacked in the face over and over for every take by a line of, there was 5 girls. We smack him and smack him and smack him, and he was very accommodating, but his poor face was purple and bruised by the end of it. But it was fun for me. I was on the good end of that.
Yeah. Well, from Zac Efron to Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson in The Internship.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, it was an amazing, thrilling experience. I got to be in a comedy and do comedy with those two guys, so that was thrilling in and of itself. But I also got to go to Google, because the movie is set in Google, and so we actually got to go to Mountain View at the Google headquarters, which is aside from Disney, the most amazing place on earth.
Wow. I would think Google could make dreams come true.
I'm telling you, it's amazing. They have things like nap pods. I mean, this is a workplace, and they have a bowling alley, they have dance classes, in the dance studios. They have, there are people playing that are bowling in the middle of the day, of the workday. There's juice bars, everything's free, there's sushi. It's amazing.
Wow. All right, well, okay. I think the only other better job than working at Google is working for Star Wars.
Yes.
Now tell us about that call when you found out, okay, you're now going to be the voice of a Star Wars character.
Interestingly enough, I actually had no idea. When we auditioned for this show, we were not privy to, we were told it was something else. It was all very top secret, which we didn't know was top secret. I thought I was auditioning for a new animated show on Disney, and it wasn't until I actually got the phone call telling me I got the job, they were like, oh, by the way, this is Star Wars. It took a little while to process what I was actually going to be doing, but it's so amazing and exciting.
Now tell us about Sabine Wren.
So Sabine is a Mandalorian, which I'm sure many of you already know. So she's awesome already. She is, as Mandalorians are often, she's an explosives expert, she's a weapons expert, she blows things up. But something kind of cool I think about Sabine is that she's also an artist. So when she's blowing things up, she's doing it with flair.
With finesse.
And pizzazz, yeah. Panache, yeah. So all of her explosions and things, are really artistic. And also she's a graffiti artist, which is pretty cool. I think a cool spin on this character. So she also leaves, she tags things, does graffiti, and so anytime the rebels attack the Empire, she always leaves a special little Sabine signature so that, she lets the Empire know who's been attacking them.
Now, are you an artist yourself?
No.
Well, I think Sabine is going to
I'll
inspire us all.
Yeah, I'll let Sabine take care of the art and stuff. I'll just do the talking.
Awesome. Well, Tiya, we can't wait to hear you this fall on Star Wars Rebels. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but please give me a huge round of applause to Tiya Sircar, everyone. Tiya, thank you so much. Tiya Sircar, the voice of Sabine Wren on Star Wars Rebels on Disney XD this fall. Thank you so much, Tiya. All right. Has Tiya successfully recruited all of you dark side sympathizers out there, huh? Yes? Okay, I still see a few hands that didn't raise, so I'm gonna work on you. All right, now it's time to check back in with Dave Filoni. He's at Lucasfilm in San Francisco, California, where they make Star Wars Rebels. And I think he's going to share some exciting stuff with us, maybe like an exclusive sneak peek. Let's check it out.